cerebral palsy is to talk about the way it affects movement and the type of movement difficulties experienced by people with cerebral palsy. Spasticity is probably the most commonly known term. Spasticity is present in about 86% of people with cerebral palsy. It results in muscles that become stiff and tight, which can make it difficult for someone with spasticity to use their muscles easily. It is difficult for someone with spasticity to turn their muscles on and off when they want to. This makes it difficult for them to move their arm or leg to do a task, or to use their mouth and face muscles to eat and talk. Some people have a little bit of spasticity, other people have a lot. You might also have heard the terms dystonia or athetosis. Dystonia and athetosis describe movements seen in dyskinetic forms of cerebral palsy. Dyskinetic or dyskinesia refers to movements that are involuntary. These involuntary movements can become more noticeable when a person tries to move or when they become excited, agitated, or tired. Dystonia results in unusual twisting postures, repetitive movements, or sometimes both. With athetosis, we see slow, continuous, involuntary writhing movements that are present at rest and made worse by attempts to move. Around 6% of people with cerebral palsy have dyskinesia, with dystonia more common than athetosis. One of the less common forms of cerebral palsy is ataxia. Ataxia means without order or incoordination. Ataxic movements are characterised by clumsiness, imprecision, or instability. Movements are not smooth and may appear disorganised or jerky. Sometimes people have a mixed type of cerebral palsy. For example, some people have both spasticity and dystonia.
And in this first video, you kind of get a sense of what she suffers through and how difficult it is for her to be a mother as a result of her condition. Take a look.
I was I'm born with cerebral palsy. I went through my entire childhood in pain because I couldn't move my muscles.
So this is in a documentary in Pot We Trust, and the transformation you're about to see is so remarkable that it's a little hard to believe.
It really helps my speech. I feel much calmer, and I feel like I can control the muscles that I couldn't control before I smoked.
For 2.5-year-old Lavi Parush, moments of joy are all too brief. Diagnosed with severe epilepsy and cerebral palsy from birth, leaving him with brain damage, he suffered seizures, dozens a day. Now they're nearly all gone, with just a few drops a day of medical marijuana, cannabis oil, mixed into his food.
We saw a difference immediately, and then after a few weeks we didn't see any seizures at all.
Other medicines didn't work, his father says, or worse, caused severe side effects. Lavi has now been on medical cannabis for 1.5 years. Oil is high in CBD, the pharmacological ingredient in cannabis, and low in THC, the psychoactive ingredient, the drug that makes you high.
In the beginning we were pretty anxious about it, I guess. But then we thought, well, what are we seeing? You know what I mean? We're seeing this kid that was before he was in distress, and now he isn't.
I live with cerebral palsy. I really, really want to move forward. I don't know any other comics with disabilities who have really got on national TV and said what they have to say.
Please welcome Mr. Josh Blue. Let him know, Josh Blue.
Hey! How you guys doing? All right. You know, people ask me if I get nervous before coming up on stage. I said, heck no, I got this many people staring at me all day. I was walking downtown and the drunk tank stopped and picked me up. I was like, uh-oh. I was like, wait a minute here, fellas, there's a misunderstanding. I'm not drunk, I have cerebral palsy. They were like, that's a pretty big word for a drunk ass. I I was in there for 7 days. They're like, damn, buddy, what did you drink? Only got 3 minutes. Shut up. This is also the part of my performance. I'd like to inform you, you all are going to hell for laughing at me. Josh Blue.
Well, Josh, everybody loves you, obviously. So what inspired you to do stand-up of all things?
I don't think I had a choice, really. What am I going to do? Be a traffic cop? Not gonna happen.